And come here to meet Mike. I heard a rumour that you're a Garda.
May not be true.
And can I ask a question? Do you have a siren button or do you make the noise yourself?
Welcome to the podcast. It's me, Chris and Siobhan. Listen to us talk about stuff or don't. Hey gang, welcome to episode 15. Today we have our second guest on the show on the podcast. I am Pa, Chris is Chris, Siobhan's over in the fucking corner there somewhere.
I've been pushed back again.
Well, you were demoted after the carry-on last week.
Carry on last week, hello.
And a gammy chair as well.
That's actually...
My arse hurts after every episode.
Steps.
This week we have Mike joining us. Mike Mack is the biggest cunt in the GAA. Sorry, the biggest man in the GAA. Mike, if he had a pair of 3-inch heels on, would be stood at 6'7".
Would you believe?
Would you believe that? If he stood up in a 12-inch block, he'd be over 7 foot. Mike is a hurler, footballer, Garda, firefighter, block layer. He does a bit of plastering. What else would you do for a fiver?
That's one of those questions I told you not to ask.
Like you asked me, how'd you do it all?
How'd you do it? Would you do it all in one day? Would you get it all done in one day? You would. Oh, jeez, that's nice. So recently, Mike, you play for obviously Newcastle West. We'll cover the GAA side of things first. You play for Newcastle West. 3 weeks ago, you just won the county final again.
Yeah, won the Premier Intermediate Hurling. Beat Garrysplan in the Gaelic rounds in the final. So we're gone back senior now. So we're one of, I think, I'm going to say 5. I'm open to correction, but 5 senior dual clubs. So senior hurling and senior football.
I definitely can't correct you.
Nobody in this room can.
So a dual club, hurling and football. So I think we've 12 players common to both.
Can I ask a stupid question?
Go ahead.
What's a dual club?
I was just in the middle of actually explaining that and just cut the legs out from under me.
You weren't doing it fast enough. Have you met us?
You have to speak faster.
We've a lot to get through.
So a dual... It's going well.
Dual, it means two anyway, I think.
Two. Dual hurling and football. So most clubs would be dual clubs in terms of they'd be senior football or junior hurling or vice versa, but we are
What about junior football and senior hurling?
Yes.
Can it be junior or senior?
It can be anything you want.
Nice.
What if you have all
options
of the senior, junior? They're all there.
How do you mean?
How do you mix it up?
Then it'd be a quadruple club.
A many club. All of them.
Or it could be a double dual.
A rake of them.
A double dual.
Talking to 3 other players now about GA is just not going to, it's not going to work.
The thing about us is we'll ask the questions that nobody knows.
Nobody else would think of asking or be interested in the answer of.
So we play senior hurling and senior football. So we were Premier Intermediate Hurling up to 3 weeks ago. So it's graded in terms of your ability. So it's like Pan, the strongman. He'd be like Mitchell Hooper would be senior and Pan would be like
intermediate,
junior B. Just the arse into the barrel basically. But it's a big enough thing for a club to be dual senior, especially with the overlap of players we have. So we have 12 players that play on both.
Oh, go away.
Which is it's a big ask. So a lot of clubs would be predominantly hurling and predominantly football, which means they'd play maybe 2 or 3 championship games in a row, and then they might have a week or 2 off while the football or hurling is played.
Okay.
So in the lead up to the winning the hurling, we were also in the county semi-final of the senior football. We were beaten by Adair the week before the hurling final. But I think we played 12 weeks in a row consecutively. So you would match.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a big ask, especially when you've 11 or 12 players playing both. So
can they all lay blocks?
No.
Right.
Were any of them injured?
One.
Any injuries in that? 12?
We were actually very lucky in the sense that we only picked up 1 serious injury. You'd have niggles, and in fairness to the management, there's a good understanding between both, where they understand if fellas are a bit tight or carrying a knock or a niggle that they'd sit out. They'd sit out one session or another. But Rowan O'Connor would be one of our better players. He plays in the middle of the field for both, really. he broke his ribs, I think,
Ooh.
in
Nice.
the semi-final of the hurling. So then he missed the semi-final of the football the following week, and he was lost. And he was a big loss for the hurling as well. But we got over the line. He missed that the following week, and then he missed. We played Munster Championship 2 weeks ago.
He missed that, did he?
He missed that as well. Yeah,
And he lost that match.
we lost that match.
Oh,
yeah.
sugar.
And it's actually a lot of fellas said
If he was playing.
it may have made no difference, but it was a game that he would have loved. He's that type of player. It was kind of, I suppose it was tight, it was attritional. He's that kind of player. He plays in the middle of the field, he's in your face, he's all action, like he's a good engine in him, so he'd have been a big help to us. So we had a big crowd above in Newcastle West against Cashel. They beat us by a point. We should have won it. We were 5 points up with, I think, 10 minutes to go.
Oh my God. And that was the Munster final.
Munster quarter final, and they
Yuck.
scored. They scored eight in a row, I think.
Oh my God.
Damn.
What happened, G?
I think we just
Did half of you go home?
no, like they had 3 weeks off in the lead up to the match.
Or
whereas
he had the final.
We had the final the previous Sunday. Some fellas drank for 2 days, some fellas drank for 3 days. We went back training
Why
on
didn't
the
they
Wednesday.
fucking hold off
That's
for a
what
week?
I often say to you, like, and I've said it to you a few times. It happened to you as well, I think, last year when you won the county final and you had the Munster final. I think it was the week or 2 weeks after.
Against quarter final again against Clonmel up in Thurles. Yeah.
And you drank the shit out of it after the county final, with 7 days to go before the quarter Munster final.
You can't be getting like that.
Well,
Not
we
at our
did.
age, anyway, no.
We did.
Well, you
And
can.
they went it again.
And some but that had awfully hard.
I'll tear the shirt off any man's back, bastards.
Like there's I suppose there's 2 and for it, or 2 and against it. Sorry, fucking, you're playing all year, so we're after playing for 12 weeks in a row. Fellas staying off it, and you're playing.
Jesus.
You're
They
playing.
were off it for 12 weeks.
What is wrong with
Do
you?
you know what I mean? But
Fit to burst at the end of it.
you're literally playing to win your county championship. And anything after that is bonus territory. And that's the way we looked at it. Like, we haven't been senior in hurling in 30 years, I think, close to 40 years. So, like,
Wow.
I just think if you change your tactics, it
Like
would.
not drinking.
But like, I remember I used to treat Ireland's Strongest Men like that. I trained to win Ireland's Strongest Man only, and then I won Ireland's Strongest Man, and then it was UK Strongest Man, which I had no interest. It was just a bonus after that. So then I started training to win UK Strongest Man, and at that point, winning Ireland's Strongest Man became very easy to me because my aim was so much higher. And then I won UK Strongest Man. Then I went on to try and win Europe's Strongest Man and top 10 at World's Strongest Man. But that has been the aim, and it's brought me way farther. Whereas, like, if I competed against anyone in Ireland, I'd beat them any day of the week.
Oh, boys.
And I'm just
may not
fighting
be
talk.
true.
just if you treated it that way, do you think it'd make a difference?
I think if it was football, I think if we'd won the football, we might have gone for a few points after winning it and concentrated on Munster, because we were beaten in a Munster senior final 2 years ago, which we should have won against Cairns or Ahli's. And I think if we had won the football this year and not the hurling,
You would have knocked the drinking on the head.
I think so, because we've won the football. We were going for 4 in a row in the football. We were after winning the previous 3, so like, we had our sights set on a Munster run. If you'd have said to us at the start of the year in the hurling, we're going to win it, get promoted to senior, would you be happy with that? We'd have taken the hand off you for it.
I'd be always hungry for more. I'll
You
take
would,
that and
but
some
like,
of them.
I think I put, like, Nipirshig are a dual senior club as well, right? But they're top level hurling, like, so they've been the best senior hurling team in Limerick for years. They've won the county so many times now that if they were in the same situation, if they won the county last week or 3 weeks ago, they'd have probably gone drinking down to the clubhouse for a few pints and concentrated back training Tuesday night to concentrate on playing Ballygunner, who are probably the best club team in the country.
Are they?
Yeah, from
Are
Waterford.
they the
yeah.
crowd from what? I was just
Waterford,
going to say,
they're-
yeah.
How did you know that?
I know nothing about sports. I
thought-
happened to watch a match last week up in Ruska, and Ballygunner was on it. and
Playing Doon.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
So
that's the match.
that's the flip side of Dingy
I knew
Seasons.
something
Chris
about
did some
sports.
homework.
Research.
Someone came here organised.
So Doon beat Nipirshig in the county final by a point. They were on the same day as us, the same pitch. They played in the match after us, and it was the first time that Doon ever won it. And the pub ran out of drink in Doon on the Monday.
That's right, yeah.
No, he might have got
Ran out
caught.
of drink.
He might have got caught in the hop in the terms of it was a bank holiday Monday, and he didn't order. He was expecting a delivery, but he fucking ran out of drink in the Monday.
Jesus.
And they were drinking.
Imagine you're going towards the end of running out of drink, lads.
I think they went to Latin up in Tipperary. I think
Oh yeah.
just up the road because they're over on the border there. But if you watched Darragh O'Donovan's interview, I know you probably watched it.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
definitely.
Yeah.
After the Napier match, he was interviewed by Off the Ball or some crowd, and Darragh plays midfield for the Limerick Hurlers, and he was just asked about Ballygunner next week. The man said, I know it's only a week away, but he said, Ballygunner needn't worry about us. He says, I won't be sober till Friday. That's exactly what he said. So
Jeez, I think that's an awful attitude.
but it literally meant so much to him to win that match and to win that county. The fellas coming up to him on the pitch crying afterwards. They'd never won it. Like they were beating
Oh,
him
God,
I
pillies.
can't
Like,
imagine being that
if-
emotional about sports.
Oh, it's mad, yeah. You
It's
do-
a religion.
Yeah, it is. Like, and it's for some people, it's all they have. Small place like Doon over in East Limerick, and
Oh, maybe,
it's
yeah.
just all they have. Like, you know, like I don't know if
That
there's
thing
soccer
is
over
as
there.
well, when you're working so hard towards something for years and years and years, and then you finally win, you will get emotional over it, you know.
100%, yeah,
Totes
definitely, yeah. Like
Totes
I've been
much.
playing.
I'll be told so much at the end of what I'm doing, I think. Maybe. Actually, no, I won't. We're broken.
They're like, okay, so that's
You
done.
don't cry real tears.
Nope.
Like I've been playing intermediate hurling for 23 seasons.
Wow.
Which is what we're going to get
What's that
onto
in
next.
dog years?
That'll be 23
So-
years.
Which is actually-
we went intermediate in 2001. I remember it. My father was the manager actually the same year. My uncle was playing. My uncle was the manager of the team this year. I used to be following around the place carrying water and hurleys and that. I think I was 15, and we went on to Munster. I actually played in goals when I was 15 for the second half of that Munster Championship match. Our goalie was injured, and I went in. I used to play goals underage, so I went into goals.
How did that go?
Well,
We won't
Funny
talk
you
about that.
there's another one of those questions. But I togged out. My first time togging out for the team was 2003 that season, and I was on the team then from 2004. So I've been playing on the team since 2004, and it's the first time. It was actually the first time 3 weeks ago that we were playing in a match to have a shot at going senior.
Yeah. So you're kind of, aren't you kind of defying the odds by being a 39-year-old man and playing
Or are
senior
you like
football
a
and senior hurling?
senior player?
Geriatric,
Yeah.
Geriatric
player.
But
yeah.
like, and a lot of GA lads would be.
No, you're getting mixed up now with senior. Senior.
Senior.
Yeah.
You were captain of the. You were man of the match captain, man of the match last year when you won the county final. Isn't that correct? Weren't you? I think you were.
No,
Wasn't it?
22 years ago, 2022.
22.
What happened to you last year?
Said we'll share it around.
But like, as someone at 39 years of age, still scoring points and winning football games, isn't that kind of going against the grain of what the GA is? Because the GA like to get rid of fellas with the very minute they go into their 30s.
Really? Just for no reason?
Just because
Taking
they
out
come
the
to
back
that
and
age,
shot?
bring them out the back door.
Isn't that like most sports? There's a life cycle of
No,
age
not
group.
strongman.
Okay, so
Yeah, strongman seems to be the other way. We start to come into our strength in our 30s. Like, most of the best strongmen in the world will hit their best around 35 to 40.
You have another year to go,
I have another
so.
one more year.
What age is Hooper?
Hooper is 27.
Lord.
Jesus Christ.
28,
And
sorry.
he won't hit peak until 35.
Now, the only thing about Hooper is, for anyone who doesn't know, Mitchell Hooper he's the strongest man on the planet. And I've seen it before, lots of lads, because I've obviously followed string sports for a while, but those that burn the brightest burn out the fastest. So anyone that I've seen coming up to the ranks that have hit massive
Again with the fighting talk.
That's what happened to us.
but no, it just happens that they, like, anyone that I've seen that come to massive strength in their early 20s tend to not do it in their 30s. A great example would be Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall couldn't continue on. Larry Wheels, another popular guy on Instagram, was really strong powerlifter in his early 20s and just had to stop because he just kept getting injured.
Fuck.
I don't think Eddie Hall could have kept doing what he was doing to
He
himself.
literally couldn't do it,
but
no.
I don't think Hooper's in that category. I don't think he has to put the level of effort into nutrition and stuff like that. Like, he's not a big, huge. Eddie Hall was only 200 kilos, like, wouldn't he? Do you know what I mean? What's Hooper?
bull of a man.
140
He's a
or
big guy.
150.
145-ish, yeah.
He actually looks like an athlete.
Yeah,
Do you know? I
Yeah.
reckon he could go out and run a marathon in the morning, like.
probably could, or he'd have a fair crack
Do you know?
at it.
Sick bastard.
I've never seen anything like him.
He's a freak, like.
fully convinced. I'm
machine.
I'm genuinely convinced he's not human. There's something different with him.
Yeah.
He's one of the lizard people.
T1000.
I think he is. There's something going on with him.
Gen V. Belongs on the boys.
Have you ever cut him just to see was it red?
Oh, I glued his hands back together once.
What?
I actually did. We're at World's Strongest Man this year, and one of the events was picking up a frame. It was a 350 kilo frame, so it's wide handles like that with really skinny handles that were left out in the rain, so they corroded a small bit. So when he picked it up, he brought it halfway down, and it slipped out of his hands and literally peeled off his calluses to the point that it went deep. So that was the first event at World's Strongest Man final.
Then you
so
glued his hands after that?
that's what you do, yeah.
You
Apparently.
glued on top of sores on his
So
hand.
I peeled back all of the calluses and I shoved glue inside there and I squished it down and I glued it and I was like, how's that feel? He's like, just get on with it.
Oh my God.
Good as no.
But that's they have glue for that reason, because it kind of
What
puts,
is it? Gorilla glue?
super. And that's what it's for. And they
How'd you get to ask a stupid question? So you're
full of them.
No,
Go
no,
on.
go on.
Carry on.
glued.
Carry on as
Your
usual.
hands are glued, right? How'd you get your hands off afterwards?
Did you glue your hand to his hand?
Shit. I'm putting the glue on his hand and I'm pushing the skin back down, so I'm literally gluing skin together.
Okay, why did I ask that? Yep,
Skin and skin together.
Didn't need to know that. Okay.
So they were stuck together, so they did all the couples events together.
How did we get here?
I'm lost now. I've lost
Sponsored by Gorilla Glue.
If players had trading cards, Mike, what would be on your trading card?
What's on the trading card, innit? We'll say
Skills, top qualities. What makes you
on a life one or a GA one.
GA one?
Top skills GA. I suppose your height, because you're like 6'4" or 6'5".
I suppose, yeah, strength.
Strength as well, yeah.
Height.
Not to toot my own horn,
Speed.
Really, really good looking.
Long flowing blonde
Can I see
hair.
that?
but where?
On his back.
My skill would be low. I wouldn't be the most skillful player in football terms anyway. I'd be skillful enough hurling, but football
So
terms
if your
no.
skill is low, what are you bringing?
Speaking of skill, here is a video from
He's bringing charisma.
when
Moxie.
what match was this?
This was 9 years ago.
So 2000.
Back when I was a young fella.
So around 2015.
15, yeah. Quick maths.
Joe.ie got their hand in this video.
Oh,
and
I've
I'm just
seen this.
gonna-
This is
Oh
brutal.
my
I'm just going
God,
to play
yeah.
this video. I'll attach it here and we're just going to listen. And when you hear the bang, this is for the people that listen on the radio. When you hear this bang, this is Mike's shoulder meeting a fella's head.
Shoulder to shoulder.
That's him dying, so I can only go back. You can. That bang there.
That wasn't his head, no, that was his shoulder.
Why are you lying?
Was his shoulder broken
Past
after
tense.
that?
He only has one shoulder now.
That was
They
9
call
years.
him. They call him one shoulder Tom anymore.
That was 9 years ago. He still hasn't stood up. He's still there.
Like your man was on charge in there. Like if you watch it, like he was coming to do away
was
with me
coming to do
because
with
I
you,
was
yeah.
watching the ball and he said, I'll fix him.
Oh my God, he didn't.
By God, he didn't. He got fixed.
That backfired.
There was no free or nothing, so it was shoulder to shoulder. Like it was actually your free afterwards.
Yeah.
An indirect free because there was a head injury, or what he thought was a head injury, but it was actually shoulder to shoulder. His eyes were rolling around his head a bit, right? But he was grand. But it was.
Did he get up after it?
He
He was down for a while. It
was done for a bit, and I think they carted him off after a small bit. Yeah,
Bloody hell, that's some clatter.
but just time.
Imagine his in his head is like, yeah, I'm going to hit this fella here, and then it's just blackness, and you're kind of waking up inside the room.
See, he didn't hit me early enough. Like he left me get up ahead of steam. If he got me in the first 5 yards, there wouldn't be half the clattering.
Did you send him a get well soon
I
card?
did, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I thought you would. Yeah.
Would you say you're a better footballer and hurler in the last
Hurler.
in the last
Okay.
4 or 5 years as opposed to before that?
Absolutely, yeah.
And why is that?
There's a loaded question. I'm trying to pad where.
Tell everyone why that is. But no, it's nothing to do with me. It's just the fact that
Sure.
you've incorporated gym strength training and it's literally turned you into what would I say? A bad player into a better player. Not a bad player. A fucking an average player.
It's like winning the most improved player at rugby. Oh, you were useless.
You're not that shit.
But you improved.
So we'll say an average player into getting man of the match.
It definitely has. Like, I always was into strength training, but I never actually structured it or knew what the fuck I was at. Like, I started strength training properly back in...
It was around lockdown, wasn't it?
No, but I actually started strength training back in 2013, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
Westside
But
Fitness.
Is that not routine for the team? Is that not part of your...
It's becoming really mainstream in the last few years. People are actually starting to realise it works. Like, you know, there would have always been an element of it at intercounty level.
But wasn't it frowned upon? Like, stay out of the gym, lads, it'll only slow you down. Imagine that was a thing.
Lifting heavy weight would have been frowned upon, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Madness.
Yeah.
How in God's name was
that
a thing?
See, backwards people.
Misinformation.
Dinosaurs, misinformation. Like, back in 2007, 8 and 9, I would have been on the Limerick senior football panel, and I don't think, if I recall, we didn't have a strength and conditioning coach. We had football coaches and we'd selectors and we'd a manager, that was it.
But as for strength training, was it like going to a mass rock? You had to hide it if you wanted to do it.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to do it. Hiding your ways under the bed.
But I think it kind of they started incorporating it really into senior into county J kind of in the early 10s. Okay. And it's feeding into club now more often. Like, we had a strength and conditioning coach this year with the hurlers, and he did great work with them. Now there's a lot of plyometrics involved and stuff like that, but in terms of actual strength training, it's come on in leaps and bounds. Like, were you in the gym with me this year in the J gym and in the clubhouse, and Darren O'Doherty was there doing, do you remember he was saying their S&C coach wants him doing a set of 4 to 5 heavy reps in season, as opposed to the usual 3 sets of 10 shit that they be.
Oh yes, no, he told us that we were doing that hot and cold thing.
Yeah.
But isn't that because they brought this guy over from America? Isn't it? They brought a coach from America who's on teaching American football. No, that's you're thinking of Paul Kinnock, the senior hurling coach, who's obviously had great success at Limerick, but he'd be big into, I suppose, American field sports as well. And I'd say he's just kind of adopting that approach, but he doesn't have anything to do with their S&C. Like, they've Adrian O'Brien this year. He was with the footballers. They had Joe O'Connor. Remember Joe that was on the Ireland's Fittest Family thing? Yeah. He was with him for the first couple of years with the hurlers now, and then Mikey Kiley was with him. So yeah, it's becoming more and more prevalent, I suppose, in the GAA. But like, I was always training, but I never structured it right, and I used to eat desperate shit. You know, it's only since lockdown. Here. I remember you stood in that doorway there, and you said, "Do you mind if I join you?" I said, "You know what? You might as well." And that's when we started doing strongman event training, which would be a lot of heavy carries. I think is the most underrated exercise in the gym. Just picking up something heavy and bringing it for a walk or run or whatever. And I think that carries over so much into every sport. Actually, do you know what? It carries over into your life.
It does, that's what Maeve was saying as well.
It just makes everything so much easier.
Those sandbag carries, like, they're the most awkward fucking thing you could pick up. And do you remember during lockdown when we didn't have the gym in the location in Newcastle West that no one knew about? We had the sandbags inside, and all the young fellas, they were all looking at them and looking at us picking them up. And you knew by them, they all wanted to go and having to pick him, and they were trying to pick him up. They couldn't fucking pick him up.
Couldn't even pick him up. Like, me and Mike were taking turns running up and down with him, just picking up, running up and down.
How heavy were they?
I think it was only like 100 kilos, was it?
Something like that. It wasn't.
Christ.
But the rest of the players trying to pick it up couldn't budge it. But now, obviously, things have changed.
I reckon a few of them have a go at it. Darren is crazy strong, for his size. Pound for pound, he's very strong.
But we do a partner class with our gym on a Friday night, and every week gets a turn. So shut up. We got a turn. You design the class, so you get to pick exercises that everybody does. And sandbags was something that we picked.
Put in,
Sandbag carries.
Yeah. It was a brilliant class. Everybody loved it.
70 kg, was it? 60 kg?
60, I think.
60 kilos, yeah.
That's
one of the things that Maeve said when she was here. And Maeve, is ancient.
Remember, I said that 2 minutes ago.
But And she's another woman that swears by it, and she's one of the strongest females in the universe, I think.
Yeah, that's re-established.
But yeah, if only more,
May not be true.
if only more people joined.
Lifted sand.
It's that easy.
It's just dead. It's like, it's
a
just
dead weight.
like
yeah.
Dead weight.
the sandbag carries even like you have to pick the fucking thing up first of all, and then you have to walk with it, and your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back are just on fire. Like they're horrible bastards.
Yeah, because a lot of time in strongman we have. I think the last time we had in a competition, it was a 150 kilo sandbag.
Jesus.
And when you pick up 150 kilos, it's here, right? You're holding it, and as close to the centre as you can, because obviously it makes it a bit easier. But when it comes that close, it's hitting down your lungs and your diaphragm, so you can't literally breathe. So you're
Winding yourself as you walk.
You don't know what to do with yourself. Do I hold it out here? Do I get it? If I hold it out here, I can't walk. But if I hold it here, I can't live. I can't breathe. But I found this year myself. I haven't been able to do as much of the strongman training as I'd like.
Why?
Because I'm fucking flat out building a house at the moment.
Oh, that'll
do
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
But you'll be lifting the blocks. I was going to say.
Lifting the blocks, but
And the
like,
cement.
Extraordinaire.
I'm picking up like I couldn't squat properly, I couldn't train properly, and I find myself picking up small
Niggles
and tightness, and like you think it'd be the opposite, that when you're breaking yourself up in the gym that you'd be getting these niggles, but you don't.
It's the opposite happens. You're protecting yourself. One of the things I see, you know, when I'm looking at in particular the Limerick hurling team, is they look like a field of bodybuilders. They're so fucking. It just shows how much work they put into their training and into their gym and everything else, right? They literally put their whole lives on the line to play for this Limerick team. They're probably some of the best athletes in the world in terms of fitness and what they can do, and just are brilliant athletes, right?
Right. What's this leading up to?
Here we go.
Here we go.
Right. And I'm obsessed with athletes like that can turn themselves into these fucking physical beasts, which is what they are. And then to turn around, right, why aren't they paid? It just annoys me so much.
They should be paid.
They should be paid. And now, see, it's grand for us because we're not fans of GAA, obviously. We're not super fans of GAA. So we can say, oh, why aren't you paying him because he's so good? But like, for me as a person who likes to get paid because I break my hole in the gym.
I like money. I kind of like
money,
it as well.
And like the way they're often
Square handy.
it's quite handy to pay a bill.
Jordan potatoes you're on about. Can't buy them without it.
You wouldn't get a bag of potatoes without money now, I tell you, Fernando.
It's just, to me, I like the way they're often paid is they're paid with a job. With a 9 to 5. Do you see if I won?
Hang on, what? They're paid with a job.
That's harsh, isn't it? Carry on.
They're often given good jobs, so they'll start
That
them off.
sounds good though.
They'll give them good bank jobs and stuff. Do they not give them really good jobs?
Where'd you hear that?
Or help them get good jobs, no?
Well, like, you can't just fucking walk into the bank and you know,
I play GAA. I want a job. Give me a job.
Can you count in? Yes.
a lot of them are teachers.
Yeah.
They're not just given a teaching job, like,
But
do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Garda teaches in Connell and Neve's
Yeah, so
school.
like Garda Hegarty, yeah. So a lot of them are primary school teachers, and the reason a lot of them go into it is because a lot of them are, we'll say, they came up through the underage system in Limerick, so they can see where they're going.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They have a vision. I'm going to play senior hurling for Limerick, blah blah blah, and a lot of them go that route. They go down the teaching route. Why?
Because they get summers off.
Imagine that's your guiding principle. That's your North Star, is
That
your
makes sense.
sport,
That makes
and
sense,
then the
actually.
career
It's
comes
not such a
afterwards.
mystery anymore.
Can you imagine an American footballer?
I was wondering about that. No, I wasn't.
Doing a 9 to 5. Tom Brady
I
teaching.
also wondered about that.
See,
no,
like,
I didn't.
Everyone's arguing about why they should be paid. They should be paid, and they are well looked after, and rightly so. Like,
How are they well looked after?
as in, like, as you said, they do get, like, you walk into any interview looking for a job and you play senior hurling with Limerick successfully.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
carries
That's
for
what I
social
mean.
currency.
It carries weight. It does
Yeah.
carry weight.
Yeah.
Now, are they able to do the job they're being interviewed for? Absolutely, I believe they are. Are some of the jobs manufactured and created from? Absolutely, I believe they are. But where does it stop? So if you pay them, right, they're Limerick players, right? So there's Limerick players.
You're
Tipperary
saying they have
players,
enough
Cork
already?
players. No, but like if you
Leave it at that.
if you
They get
introduce
plenty.
They have enough potatoes.
if you introduce money into it, okay, does it open up a transfer market?
Oh,
Do you know what I'm
good
saying?
point.
No.
No, I
Explain
don't
yourself.
either.
Explain yourself.
So rugby,
Yeah.
like, Bundy Aki didn't fucking grow up in Ruska, like he landed here on a transfer and now he's playing for Ireland.
All right, okay.
Soccer, you can sign for any club you want that'll pay you, or that'll pay the club you're playing for.
So you think it'll ruin hurling in that sense?
I think it would absolutely destroy it. So like, can you imagine?
You're
That's an
playing for
interesting
passion,
point.
not a wage.
Dublin would probably be the wealthiest county.
Surely Limerick would be.
It depends, you see.
Like JP behind us.
He's behind him, but people have this perception that this man is just firing money at him left, right, and centre. Like it
You
does.
mean he's not?
It does. It actually does stop at some stage. He's not a fool either. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? If you had 275 million in your bank account, would you just keep giving it away and keep giving it away? No, he's very generous in what he does. He gave every county in the GAA €1 million last year.
Really?
He gave away 32 million euros before Christmas last year.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Every
Wow.
county got €1 million,
Sound.
including Limerick, and that was to be divided up into all the J clubs.
How does he feel about giving it to podcasts, I wonder?
It depends.
JP, if you're listening, I'll kick any ball for you. I'll probably miss that,
But like,
Imagine all the potatoes we buy.
Dublin are probably the wealthiest county, right, in terms of
with their sponsors.
and probably it's not hard to see why they're the most populated county. People are always giving out, the GAA give more money to Dublin. The GAA give out all the funds that they take in for matches. They're giving back out to the clubs. So the GAA give more money to Dublin than any other county for obvious fucking reasons. People are come up with this stupid argument, Dublin are only winning because they're backed by, they have all this money, and Limerick are only winning because they're backed by all this money. Like, the money doesn't put players in the gym. The money might provide the gym and provide a good gym, but it doesn't put players in the gym. It doesn't make a fella want to go in and fucking train 5 nights a week, to look after his nutrition, to stay out of the pub 6 months of the year. And it's the same in Dublin. The players are the players. Players play. That's it. You either want to play or you don't. So like,
so you think if they brought money into it,
I think
Dublin would own all of the best players?
Could Dublin not just sign Cian Lynch?
Yeah.
And Kyle Hayes and
Yeah.
Aaron Gillan or whoever the fuck they want.
What if you brought in the rule that you can't leave the county?
Again, I think it would absolutely ruin it. Like you see, we were in Dublin last week at the rugby match. That fucking damp squib of an atmosphere.
Yeah.
Do you know, money, believe it or not, ruins sport, I think. The Americans are the Americans. They have it down to fine art. They were always about the pageantry, the NFL, the baseball, the basketball. It was always about the show and selling tickets and putting arses in seats. But I think if you put money into the GAA, it would dilute what it's about. Like, you see the crowd just go back to doing again. The whole parish stopped for a week because they won a fucking hurling match. Do you know, there's fellas going out there lying in pitches for free, cutting pitches for free, sweeping out the dressing rooms.
But see,
imagine cleaning out the toilet after you in the dressing room for free.
But like,
I wouldn't thank you for it.
Not a hope of it.
are not the people sitting in the higher chairs of GAA then just taking all the money? I bet you all those fellas are multimillionaires while that fella is cutting the grass for free.
There's sections of the GAA, there's obviously paid positions in the GAA because there's so much of a workload that it couldn't possibly be done voluntarily. So every secretary in Ireland, in every county board, so there's one paid secretary. There's full-time paid people in Limerick as well, admin people, and there's games development officers who go out to schools and coach young lads, and they're bringing on the grassroots. But the secretary is probably the best paid position, I imagine. I'm not privy to the figures, but there's one of them in every county.
If you were to guess,
I'd say probably 50,000 of a salary plus expenses. It's not, do you know what I mean? It's not
overpaid, yes.
Do you know, and they work extremely hard. Like,
have you something to say over there? You made a noise in the corner there. What was it?
Why am I here? Giving my time for free.
We were just
I
quietly
hasten to
talking
add.
about what we're being paid to do this podcast, which is tin
You
fucking
can have tea in a
air.
bun.
do you see him? They were like, "Did you hear your man?
Listen,
Did you hear your man? Did you hear your man?"
He's talking some amount of rot.
you pull that microphone back from the road a bit.
Was it very loud?
Roaring into my ear.
Going into my ear. Jesus. Yeah, but I'm not getting paid either. It's not. I'm not the GAA making. I'm not the CEO of the GAA making loads of money. I'm over here fucking spending it on
But
E.
there's obviously paid. There's
Because
obviously
we asked for it.
there's obviously people paid at the higher levels. So like, just go to Limerick for argument's sake. Nick Green Sports Grounds.
Yeah.
They maintain the Gaelic grounds in Limerick. It's more or less a full-time job keeping on top of the pitch. Croke Park is maintained for obvious reasons. There's staff there full-time. There's staff full-time admin. But like, in terms of most of the money that the GAA take in is filtered down to the clubs. Like, he's googling something there.
Yeah, man.
He's not even listening to you
Go on.
anymore.
The median salary of the 14 is 125,000 a year.
The 14 what?
I don't know what that is.
Well, then we'll scrap that.
Okay, glad we
Was that
sorted
even
that out.
related to what we were talking
Probably
about?
not. No, just but like go into any parish, and I mean name a parish in any fucking county, in any corner of any county. Go into it. There's a GAA field. There's dressing rooms. There's showers. It's all there, paid for. The rugby and the soccer are professional sports. You could probably pick 7 or 8 soccer teams in Limerick alone in the county that are togging out in fucking sheds or porta cabins with no facilities. I togged out playing a rugby match in Dingle one time inside in a fucking pig shed or a sheep shed. That's not a lie. Cork a rugby club behind. They had nothing at the time, and these are professional organisations. But because they're paying their players such high salaries, and I think players then are playing like it would take from the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, are you playing for the money then? Or are you playing for your county?
Can't you do both?
Like, you've been at matches. You saw the Munster final in Thurles last year. You went up with me, and you saw the crack. The place was full. Like, it's just the spectacle of it. The parade before the match, the national anthem, playing for your county, getting broke up, and then going into work mingling with the common people again the following day.
Yeah.
There's ready access to inter-county. You can watch a fella on the television on a Sunday playing man of the match or whatever he might be, and you could be dropping your young fella off to school for him to teach him
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
It's just
That's true.
There's that draw about it. Like, that's what people love it so
So
much.
you prefer if they weren't paid?
I would absolutely be not paying. They're well looked after. Like, they have all jobs and they'll all make careers out of themselves. Like, there's a couple of lads after opening a chipper in Limerick.
Yeah.
People will
So
call
they-
to them alone just to say, I'm calling to the boys, you know?
Yeah.
There's that knock-on effect. A lot of them have sponsored cars, so that, like, the car is sponsored for the year. They get a new car every year, as long as they're, obviously, while they're relevant. Car
Do the
tax from
girls
whole
get
lot.
the same?
No.
They don't. No. Here we go.
Oh. Right.
I'm all for, like, looking after women in sport, right? But the big issue I have is that women don't look after women in sport. So go to Croke Park for All Ireland final day. There's people that sell their mother for a ticket. They're that hard to get. It's full to the neck. Go to Croke Park on ladies final day.
They're giving up for free.
There mightn't be 20,000 people there. And women are all about, we should be promoting the women's game, we should be promoting this. But they won't, like, I could tell you for a fact there's neutrals travelling from all over the county, all over the country to watch, we'll say this year it was Clare and Cork. People went from Limerick, people went from Tipperary, people that have nothing or no affiliation to the counties went to watch it. I can guarantee you there's women from other counties that have nothing to do with that match that went to watch it. Do you think they'll go to Croke Park to watch Galway and Cork in the Camogie final? They won't.
But we are where we are, right? So it's a kind of a transitionary period. So there was always that focus on men's sport.
Oh, absolutely,
always. It's still maybe relatively new for women, so it hasn't gathered pace yet. I mean, it may not ever be equal, but they're on a journey. There's more focus on it, I think, in the last 5-6 years. What are you laughing at?
No, we both reached for the microphone at the same time and moved it out from
It's definitely
Our
trending.
periods are in sync as well.
Lord. It's definitely trending upwards. But, like, it's funny she brought, like, I was only watching a clip the other day. It popped up on a reel. What's her name? Ronda Rousey.
No,
Oh,
still
yeah.
no.
The UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Like the first massively famous UFC fighter.
She's actress and she wrestles for WWE.
So,
you know?
like, she
heard
was
of her.
asked a question about disparity in women's sports, and she said, I am a firm believer that women should be paid in accordance with what they generate. So she said she was like the highest paid female fighter. I think at that point she was paid $1 million for one fight. We'll say for the men's and women's game, she was the highest paid ever for one fight.
Wow.
And she was like, I'm the money fight at the moment. I'm generating the most sales. And Dana and what's her man's name? Lorenzo, the other fella that's involved in the UFC, they pay me accordingly. Like, if there's other women bringing in these gate figures, they should be paid them accordingly.
Yeah,
Do you know?
the rule should be paid accordingly, which is why money is not equal across men and women. Pay accordingly.
Like, and I don't think, like, even if you talked about a gender pay, accordingly.
In sports.
In sports, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I'd
You
imagine
get paid
there's,
what you generate.
I'd imagine there's some positions outside of sport where men and women are doing the same job, and probably women are probably paid more. Do you know what I mean? Or like,
Very few.
if they're earning more commissions, if there's two sales reps doing the very
Tennis.
same job.
Is that it? Is it tennis?
There's no commission in tennis.
No?
What are you talking about?
Are female players not paid more than men, no?
In tennis? I don't know.
I don't know. I'd imagine Serena Williams and Venus
the old
Williams
square thing there, Siobhan.
would have been paid.
Give me a moment. You'd land these things on me.
But if there's two,
You should be there, like-
even if you go down the road here to Tiger Connors, the hardware shop,
Yeah.
if there's a man and a woman sales reps doing the very same job, and the woman is selling more building materials, she's going to be paid more commission.
Can you say that for a fact?
I'd imagine it is. They're paid a percentage.
Of course
Can't
they
say.
are, yeah.
Why wouldn't I be able to say
wouldn't
that?
Do they get paid commission?
They do,
Everyone
yeah.
does, yeah.
They
Of
do,
course
yeah.
they do.
Do they?
They
Yeah.
do, 100%, yeah.
So
They're-
in that-
I'd
in that
imagine
case,
they're paid
yeah.
a basic down there, and they're paid commission because
Tennis is equal anyway.
Right.
I was close enough.
that's good enough.
That's good enough for me. Do you know something you talk about there? So we had the Rogue Invitational last weekend, which is basically one of the biggest strongman competitions in the world because it has the most amount of money, and when it has the most amount of money, it brings on the best athletes in the world, which it did do. The prize money for the men, Mitchell Hooper won it, was $118,000.
Right.
For the women, first place got
About 5,000.
$118,000.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's good. Well, it's good to see that happening more and more. That they like, because
If what you were saying there, if they were paid accordingly, that would not be the case.
No.
why?
Absolutely not, because
Right, where was it on?
it was on in Scotland, Aberdeen.
Aberdeen. So if you had the two competitions on in Aberdeen, right? Behind door number 1, Strongman fans, you have the women's Rogue Invitational, and behind door number 2, Strongman fans, you have the men's Rogue Invitational with the likes of Mitchell Hooper, blah blah blah.
And it's not against women, it's just
Which one will be full?
I know what you're
Do you
saying,
know?
all right, but like women weren't allowed to compete for a long time,
No.
so they're having to kind of
Catch up. Yeah.
So you're gonna expedite that if you pay them.
So it's not
Equal.
a level playing field.
It's not a level.
what I
I see
did
what you
there?
did there. Clever. Mm.
You are welcome.
Yeah.
switch off the microphone over there for a while. Yeah, so I don't know.
I don't know would it allow them catch up, like, because at the end of the day, and this is going back to my original point about the GAA, sport is a business. Most sports are business. So like, for a finish up, like if the English Premier League, the English Soccer Association, or the English FA had the women's FA Cup final and the men's FA Cup final, and they said, right lads, we're going to pay you the very same thing, is that going to make people want to go and watch the women's final anymore? Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a responsibility there. If
But
you
they're only
make
gonna
that
be-
statement, you
it's-
have to back it up. So the marketing, what marketing are you going to?
Yeah.
A whole campaign created around generating an audience. It has to start somewhere.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
Have you, Chris or Siobhan, have you ever been to a GA match before?
here we go.
Yes.
Yes.
You have been?
Yeah.
Was it male or female?
Where in Croke?
No,
or
and
like
just
any-
any.
anything.
Oh yeah. Well, men's besides our
both.
owns.
Okay,
Yeah,
have you
Our
ever-
owns.
we played GA.
We played GA.
Okay, have you ever been to
We
watch?
played county. In
did.
fact,
More lies.
we fucking did.
Have
Check
you ever
that
been-
there on the square thing.
I can't because we're women. It's not undocumented.
Have you ever gone to watch
Undocumented.
a female match?
yeah, our own.
Yeah, so you didn't.
So we saw each other
There
play.
you go. There's a
You were
pint.
playing in it, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Like, I'm not interested in sports at all. I
But you've
wouldn't
been
give a
to a men's
shit if
match.
a GA match never happened again because I've no interest in it.
We're all operating under the same regime. Of course, we've gone to men's matches because
you haven't
it's
been
a
to women's.
bloody
Thank you.
religion. over
Who
there.
won the Camogie in Limerick this year?
I've absolutely no idea.
Oh, I do not know. I couldn't tell you who won it in the men's either. So
Exactly.
I was going to say, don't go there, Mike. They don't know.
No.
Newcastle West won it.
Orcha. Oh, that's good.
oh, I thought
Yeah.
I heard a rumor. All right, yeah.
Newcastle West won it.
The Sarah's young lady is playing
Oh,
the
that's
machine.
right.
She's very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, she's brilliant.
Yeah.
Now, like, there's obviously pros for and against your argument, but like, the Camogie Association don't do themselves any favours either. And there's a Camogie Association and there's an LGFA, and like, they're literally fighting against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Why so?
like, women in sport aren't being done any justice by women in sport, because we'll say the LGFA I'll give you a local example for argument's sake. Mona Gay is the local senior ladies football team, very successful. It just happens when you get a successful bunch of athletes, they just tend to be successful. And then the same girls that play with Mona Gay would play Camogie with Newcastle.
Right.
So like they're literally at loggerheads, like the fixtures, they do not fix the matches to accommodate them at all. Like,
oh really?
You could
so
have,
it's a scheduling thing.
You could have like the senior Camogie final on a Sunday, and they could fix the senior football final. Now I'm being a bit extreme, but the senior football final could have been fixed for the fucking Saturday, the day before it.
Yeah.
And because they're two different associations, they don't give one shit about each other.
That's ridiculous.
Now, like the senior Camogie final this year was on in Cappamore. They played a hand at 4:00, and we were down to play our intermediate hurling semi-final in Kilmallock on the same day at 2:00. Now, myself and a couple of the boys said it, like, if that was fixed for a different location at a different time, we'd have 100% gone to support the girls because they come and support us.
Okay.
Because we do support each other behind there. But unless fucking JP McManus flew in with the helicopter and carried us over, we weren't. It wasn't possible logistically.
Yeah.
So like that straight away is taken away. Maybe.
Why isn't there more cohesion then between?
It's where we didn't have technology that could
because
do it for you.
They literally couldn't
difficult.
agree on the colour of shit, like the two associations.
Is that does that come down to dick swinging?
Possibly, yeah. But like the whole lot now is coming under the one umbrella.
They could be making more money by being more cohesive.
100%.
Yeah. So I don't understand that.
Straight away, we were never going to make that final, right? Now, if that was on an hour later, or our match was on a half an hour earlier and theirs is a half an hour later, we'd have made it. But because we were after winning the match, we were in the final, and the two teams in the other semi-final we were playing the winners of were on directly after us in the same pitch, we just stayed there and watched that, checked out the opposition. Because we were never going to make the other match. If they had organised a small bit better, straight away that's probably 100 extra tickets sold for the Camogie final that's gone into their fucking pocket. Whereas they didn't, and they just lost out on that revenue.
How is that message not making it up the chain?
It is, because the whole lot is coming under the one umbrella now.
Okay, so maybe next year would be different. They might be more.
2027, I think, is the...
Oh, Jesus Christ, we could be dead before then.
Well, they literally can't agree on things. That's why they're trying to... I think, is it Mary Robinson is kind of looking after this, or trying to organise a bit better in terms of women in sport.
The former president.
Yeah.
You see, it would take a woman to come in and sort it out.
They're literally... The GAA are taking on the LGFA and the Camogie Association under their umbrella. So, like, the Camogie Club in Newcastle West have no pitch.
Do they not?
No, they do not have any access or any rights to any pitch. No Camogie Club have. I know, I could be wrong in that. There could be a Camogie Club out there that have purchased their own facilities or whatever. But the Camogie Club obviously have access to our place behind, and we let them play their matches there, and they train there, and we give it to them as equally and fairly as we can. But in terms of actually saying that's our pitch, they don't have facilities. The LGFA don't have facilities. They're all using like GAA club facilities. So Mona Gay Ladies Football Club use Mona Gay GAA pitch. That's just the way it works.
Wow.
But the whole lot is coming under. So what you'll have then is you'll have one governing body over the whole lot, fixing the fixtures. Not saying it's going to be right or it'll be run properly. There's obviously going to be teething problems, but they are going in the right direction.
Yeah.
So...
Interesting.
There you go.
Now.
Every day is a school day, they say.
No.
And today is no different.
I'm a little bit more intelligent than I was a half an hour ago.
I do it.
And come here to meet Mike. I heard a rumour that you're a Garda.
Might not be true.
A guard in Henry Street Garda Station.
And can I ask a question? Do you have a siren button, or do you make the noise yourself?
What was that in? Was it Family Guy?
No.
What was it in?
Eddie Murphy, do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
In Kansas City, they don't have sirens. They have a gay fella hanging out the window. Pull over. That was raw, or delirious, or raw, or whatever you say.
What would happen now if you accidentally pulled somebody over and you go, "Oh shit, it's my mom"?
It's my mom.
Yeah, what do you do? Would you give her a ticket?
How do you record? Like, do you like a notebook and you're writing down details?
How do you mean?
Do you know when you've to record who you pull over?
What do you mean?
Jesus Christ.
When you would pull someone over, how do you record who you pulled over?
You write it down.
10-4 or whatever police say, and then you have your notebook and you write it down. That's the po-po.
A notebook, it's write it down.
Yeah.
I don't know, is it?
Yeah, notebook, yeah.
So you
So
can
you've a
leave
little-
people off if you want,
You could if you wanted to, yeah.
right? Noted.
Is it? So it's discretionary.
It's not supposed to be discretionary, like, do you know.
But it is.
I don't choose my discretion. Just everyone is equal in the eyes of the law. Do them all.
Have you ever left anyone off? No.
No.
Just
Sure
don't
about
get
that?
caught.
Delete that part.
Correct.
Siobhan actually said this, or one of them said it this during the week. Is it true that a guard has to offer his hat to a pregnant woman so she can pee?
What?
Which one of you said that to me, or was it? Were you winding me up?
Correct. The old square thing there.
So she can piss into it?
Yeah. If she gets caught rotten, not just for no reason. Not if she didn't like you or something.
Not for a kinky thing. Just
I don't understand the logic behind, like,
If a pregnant woman is caught out,
Why
and
would
she
you need
has
to gather to pee?
yeah.
Squat away and walk
I don't
away.
know. It's listen. The law is the law. I didn't make the law.
So what you're saying is it's never happened.
No.
like her father said, that'll never happen.
Someone shit in my head, I would have done.
Well, we have it here, folks.
Go on.
There does not appear to be a specific exemption for pregnant women, but discretion not to change might be exercised if a pregnant woman was caught short in public.
Now, few. I didn't make it up.
Discretion not to charge, I'd imagine. Is that supposed to be, is it? Or is it-
Discretion not to charge.
Not
yeah,
to change.
yeah.
I was wondering, what are we
Charge.
changing?
So I don't
What
know my
are we
glasses
Her
on.
underwear, I'd say, after she got caught.
Oh, lad, this one over there can't even read words.
Yeah, there's a charge.
What are we
sheet.
paying you for?
There's a,
You can't even read words.
there is a charge
I'll go
for
without my potatoes this
urinating
week.
in public, I believe.
You can piss in public.
Yeah.
But you can
I don't know.
poo.
I don't know. What
What's the hardest day you've?
But
Wait. What's the hardest day you've put down as a Garda?
oh, boys.
Boys.
hard in terms of?
That at the end of the day, you're like, fuck, what a day.
It was a night. I was there about 6 months. I was fairly green now in terms of law and like,
Just new to it.
yeah, do you know what I mean? And it was actually, I was out in the van, and there was, without, obviously can't say too much, but
No, it's okay. You're in a safe space.
have you just talking cushion? There was.
Wink at the camera. It's okay. You're in a safe space.
I was out with another lad. He's fairly experienced, clever out, and there was a new girl after starting, and it was her first night in Limerick, and like we were called to like a bad assault. There was like there were multiple burglaries out in Castletroy. There was shit going on all over the city, and I was like, I got back to the station the following morning. I ended up arresting the suspect for the burglaries out there. Had to come back in, and I was like, there was fellas there, experienced lads, just throwing information at me, and I was like, by the way, I'm taking it all in, not a fucking clue, like just winging it, you know, because I was so new to it, and it was just there was so much going on, and you have to do this, and you have to do that, and you have to do the other, and he used to be brought in and blah blah blah. I was like, fuck me. I think I was there till I was in at 7. I got home the following day about 11.
Oh my,
Oh my God.
Just fell into bed, like I was like, fucking hell.
Like a load
God,
of
I can't
paperwork
sleep.
to do.
Paper, like the paper is just, and anyone in the job will tell you the paper is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I've heard
like,
that. The paperwork
it's
is just
ridiculous.
overwhelming.
Same with nursing.
It's
yeah,
a lot of it is
ridiculous.
so retarded, like, but it's just you would have to do nearly the same amount of paper for someone stealing a bottle of Coke as a burglary, like, do you know, it's
Go
the
away.
same.
Oh, there's your discretion there.
Do you
Not
know
worth
what I mean?
the paperwork.
It's just fucking ridiculous, like.
It's happened to me quite a lot in the jobs I've been, right?
You were
But
arrested.
Is your size and strength abused in the Garda? Not, do you know what I mean, abused? Whereas if there's, Jesus, we need Mike for this one. Does that come up a lot? The fact that you're a big cunt, big and strong.
Not so much, no. A bit, but not so much, like.
So it just happened to me.
It's just you.
I think, like, there's a difference between a big cunt and a big stupid cunt, so that's probably what happened to you. Get the big stupid cunt to do it. Get into it.
Bring Mongo.
Riding in on a bull.
Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
Blazing saddles.
Oh, yeah.
Mongo. Get Mongo. Do you remember, Siobhan?
Candy gram for Mongo.
Do you remember
What's
Blazing
happening?
Saddles?
Where am I?
The big massive fella. Do you remember he punched the horse and knocked the horse out?
No, I need to
It's
watch
the
that again.
new-
I don't remember.
The sheriff is near.
What? The sheriff is bum.
No, not so much. No, people like to kind of do. I suppose they like to paddle their own canoe, and you would have a thing whereby, like, I suppose if there's a situation where you might need a bit of size and strength.
I think most situations.
Some people like to just kind of. They don't like to be seen, not to be able to do it. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
When you're training, right? So you're a new Garda and you're out there, and how do you know all of the law?
You don't.
But so
Make it up as you go
How
along.
do you wing it being a Garda? Like you're out in
Like,
the car first day, like
You'd know.
Common sense is a lot of it, though.
Yeah, and you'd know that there's a power of arrest for a particular offence, but you like fucking you're never going to be able to quote law like word for word, like, do you know what I mean? But once you know that an offence has been committed and I can arrest this cunt, do you know
That's
what I mean?
what you do.
Yeah.
right.
It's tough in Limerick now. Like it is tough. It's relentless. Like even at night.
Really?
It's call after call after call after call. Do you know, there's none of this fucking. We'll drive around for the crack and we'll patrol the city, and that's the ideal scenario, that you could actually be visible
Yeah.
and patrol the city and stay in the city centre, and like even a presence will stop all these people committing these offences. But you just like we cover out to Castle Troy, and sure, like there's 35,000 people in Castle Troy, like.
Jeez.
We cover
Wow.
we cover UL. We cover all that area. So like you could be out in UL on the call, and next thing get a call for Upper Henry Street, and you have to come all the way back
20
through
minutes.
the traffic.
Yeah.
Oh, the traffic is ridiculous.
Can't turn on the lights and sirens.
Why?
If you're not trained, you have to have a certain level of training.
How much training?
No, as in like
Driving through traffic and all that.
offensive driving, it's called. So like
Okay.
We did in the fire brigade, actually, yeah.
I've actually trained. I was trained to a high
that
level.
stand to you,
No,
yeah?
they wouldn't let it carry over.
Yeah?
Go away.
Really?
No, wouldn't let it carry over. Made sense to let it carry over, but no.
Same thing, only
Yeah.
different.
Different vehicle. A handier.
Same thing, only different.
No, but a different vehicle, like, and a handier one to drive.
Yeah.
Have you ever cut traffic and you just said, fuck it, we'll turn on the lights?
No. People won't
Asking for a friend.
People won't take risks now.
Yeah.
I suppose,
That'd be
yeah.
stupid risk anyway. Just sit in the fucking traffic and be like, do you know.
Visible.
But like, you just see the two lads in Dublin, or the two guards in Dublin that,
Yeah.
do you know.
No, I didn't hear that.
I don't know.
It's all over the news. Sure, it's no secret. Like the boys that were burgling the houses.
Two.
There was criminals burgling houses, and the guards came on and chased them, and the boys drove up the wrong way in the motorway, and the guards followed them with the blue lights on, and then the truck killed the. The truck killed the car, or not killed the car.
Killed the car. The car was dead.
The car was dead. The boys that were being chased got killed, and there was uproar, and
Yeah.
the guards
There was
actually
a case taken against the guards for...
got charged.
Yeah.
Go
Jesus
away.
Christ.
Ridiculous, like.
Yeah. So
You swear he made him do it?
yeah, do you know? So I think
Wow.
people are
What was
just
the case exactly taken against guards? That they made him drive up the wrong way?
dangerous driving. I'd be lying now if I said I knew for a fact, but dangerous driving, I think.
That's right. See? This
Can't have
this
anything
why,
nice.
This
Yeah.
is why we need Trump. That wouldn't happen with Trump.
Will you go
Oh
away
my
out of
God.
it? Cannot.
Are you?
He's such a dope. And that other fucking idiot he has in with him.
Who? Elon?
Yes.
I'd have a bit of him all day long.
Big fucking rib cage on him. Dirty animal.
Nothing wrong with a big rig page.
No. Red page.
A big rig page. He's a big one of those as well.
Have you ever been offered to bribe?
No.
Never been offered a bribe even?
No. No.
suppose you're too new
have
to
you ever
it.
pulled over a lady and she's like, skirt, please don't give me a ticket?
No.
Has she ever got... Oh, please don't.
Would it work if she did?
Would it work if I did it?
Oh, Lord.
Look at the tits of me.
No.
What else have we got? Have you ever brought the handcuffs home? Hey.
No, I
Yeah, but
I leave all my kit inside.
Are you not bring stuff home now?
There's no one says you can't, like, but
Into the evidence room.
yeah.
I remember actually,
Home
right?
today.
God, I was driving.
Oh no.
I
Where's
Where's
this
this going
going?
to go? Yeah.
I was driving a truck at the time, and I was only after leaving the fire brigade. I was literally just after leaving the fire brigade, And I started driving trucks because I said that was a way better career decision.
And here we are.
So I was driving down the road, coming into town where I'd know the lads as the firefighters, and there was I can't even remember. It was a spillage, an oil spillage on the road. So anytime there's an oil spillage, there's a lot of standing around to do. So I was driving down the road here, and I had a big cup of coffee like that, cold coffee, and I wound down the window, and I saw a load of firefighters. Never saw the guard, and I wound down the window, and I went, and I threw out the cup of coffee when they hit the boys. But of course, there must have been 10 firefighters there and 1 guard. And who did they hit? Only the guard.
Thank you.
With a cup. And I drove out the road, and I was like, oh no, fuck, driving out the road, and I saw the blue lights come up. And I was like, oh, how am I going to explain this? So he pulled me over, and he was covered in coffee, he goes, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, I'm really sorry. I said, I know the boys back there, I'm in the fire brigade, and I was aiming for them, obviously. I don't know you, I didn't mean to hit you. With the coffee, I'm really sorry. He says, 1 second there. So he went on his radar, obviously radar back to the boys. Is this retard with you? And he says, right, go on. He says, you go away. Just come to me. Go away. Go on. Move. Go. Get along.
Just hearing you put down the window. Oh, hello.
Thank you.
Drove the rest of the way home with the radio down, just really slowly.
Yeah, just
depressed.
What am I? What am I?
Why am I here?
God, just call him as an idiot for an hour after.
Truck driving ain't going.
Idiot.
Going so
Oh
well.
my God, I'm so embarrassed. Oh.
But the mileage you've gotten out of the story, that's twice now in as many weeks.
It's my favourite story. It's my favourite story that I'm allowed to
Did you
tell.
ever tell him the one about throwing the coffee at the guard?
He tells this one lovely.
That's the way he tells him.
So, Jesus, it's an hour nearly, lads. We'll move on to our movies and series of the week. This mic is where we'll give recommendations to our movies and series.
Movies and seaweeds.
Movies and series. Siobhan, go first. I'm just going to give you a heads up, Mike. She is not good. And if she gives you a
Don't watch what she says.
gives you a
If it
recommendation,
is me watching a television and I am entertained, then why the fuck would I care what you think?
we call her the plague.
Amongst other names. That's the number one now.
Actually, I started watching Peacemaker.
Okay. Anyway.
It's like if a Wish version of The Boys, but it's actually quite good. John Cena, they're superheroes, they're kind of misfits. I'm only
Is
getting
that a
into
series or a film?
No, it's series.
That's something I actually would watch.
What's it
you
called?
should. Peacemaker.
On what?
And what's it on?
I can't remember.
Half the story.
Half story.
Oh, it's half
Is
story.
there gore in it? It's like
Yes.
I
There you
love
go.
a bit of gore.
Oh, yeah.
It has to be very specific gore, like horror movies. Do you know those gore fests? I don't like those.
The
but
boys'
like
gore.
The boys'
The way-
gore is done really well.
That new film is trending at the minute. Is a Terrifier 3 or 4, and it's got like a 9 on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's the biggest.
It's the
load of
biggest
cock-
pile of shite. I watched it
Do you know,
with
like
Alex.
cutting off arms needlessly,
unnecessary.
Just for the sake of it,
just
like.
for the sake of chopping off arms.
Yeah.
No.
I
don't
want a
get it.
reason.
why did you cut his arm off?
Just coming in and chopping up fellas for the sake of it.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, and then my movie. I actually watched 2 this week. Oh no, that's a lie. I can't remember. Anyway, so Ted and Ted 2. Brilliant. I hadn't seen them in years. Excellent.
Right, Ted 2.
Those are decent, actually.
You're only
Yeah.
going for the gold here.
Well, I watched it and now I'm talking about it and that's where that ends.
That's the end
So,
of that.
That's that one. So
anyway, Chris, your series.
My series is Mr. Robot.
That was excellent.
Excellent series, yeah. So I'm planning on watching that again as soon as I get my time back. And what did I say for my movie? Oh, In Bruges.
In Bruges.
Yeah. Anything with Colin Farrell in it is...
Colin Farrell and the Penguin, it's not working for me.
Oh, what was your recommendation, Patrick?
what did you say, Chris?
In Bruges and Mr. Robot.
I tried a Mr. Robot. I couldn't follow it.
Really,
Stick with
is
it.
Excellent.
It is unfucking real. And the twist at the end of it is just blow your head off.
The Tisht.
Yeah.
My series, what did I say again?
You said, the Penguin.
The Penguin. The Penguin is amazing.
Penguin.
No.
just his ability to completely transform his character into that. Not
He's
only
Colin in a
physically,
suit.
but no, it's not.
I'm
No,
not
go back.
buying it. I'm not.
Has he an
buying
American
it.
accent?
Yeah, well, it's
He's not an Irish penguin, like.
no.
That wouldn't work.
Do you remember the time he played Alexander the Great?
No.
Well, Colin Farrell played Alexander the Great. He was like, "How are we going on?" The big Dublin accent.
Oh, wait, what's your
remember? It
one
was
with
so
his mum?
bad.
Fucking Angelina Jolie was his mum in
Yeah.
it.
Boys.
Oh, yeah. Why would you have an Irish accent over there, like?
Boys.
Stupid.
Right, what's your movie, Patrick?
Gladiator 2.
Oh wait, you didn't watch it, did you?
I did.
All of it
Paul Mescal
to
is
the
in
finish. What happened in
Denzel.
the last scene?
I don't want to say. I don't want to ruin it for the viewers.
Bullshit.
Sure. Okay, Mike, what's your series?
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Old Yeller. We know what happened there.
Very good.
I believe it is good. Yeah.
How many
Yeah,
series
okay.
is there of that?
There is 6, and they have the last one split into 2 10s. I don't know, is it the last one? No.
The latest.
The
Kevin Costner is a babe. Like he's
it's
just
just
gorgeous.
released this week. I think the second part of season 6 is released this
okay.
week.
Oh.
I'm still flat to the mat with Supernatural.
Supernatural. So
I'm
amazing.
How
watching
are
that
you
until next
watching
year.
that caca?
Whoa, we started
love
the
it.
last series last night.
Oh, sad for you. I'm only just finishing series 6.
I'm kind of embarrassed.
Why?
We're on season 15 and there's 23 episodes in each season.
Lord.
We have about
They're flat out since last year sometime.
I know Dean and Sammy back to front.
What does Freddie call them?
Scene and Dammy.
You're busy, so.
Flat.
And Mike, what's your movie?
Mike Bassett, England manager.
I had never heard of
Right,
this.
good laugh.
That's such a good film. He's a brilliant actor.
Very good.
He
Ricky
is-
Tomlinson. Ricky's
Yeah.
name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very funny.
Is that an old or a new movie?
Oh, it's like
That's about 10
it's
or
based
15
in the
years old.
yeah
Oh,
the
is it?
90s. Yeah, yeah, late 90s maybe.
He changed up the format of football, wasn't it?
No, he shouldn't have been the England manager. It's just like one of the scenes was like he has a secretary and she hands him. He's going to a press conference and she hands him his team list. And he's like, "What's going on here? There's 23 names on here." She goes, "Mike, that's the list you gave me." She goes, he says, Ron Benson. Who's this clown? He says, Plymouth Argyle. And he says, Tony Benson or Tony Hedges. And she goes, Mike, that's the list you gave me. And he pulled the flag box out of his pocket, Benson Hedges box. He says, "Can you tell me where it says Benson Hedges and that?" And then he goes, "Oh bollocks!" He had to bring the 2 boys on in for a World Cup match. Two of them are in their 40s warming up the sideline. It's brilliant.
So who won the
Give a
series?
few
Siobhan?
scores for us of you.
Peacemaker, 8.3.
Solid.
Jesus, 8.3.
Thank
You
you.
definitely
Oh,
Googled
this is
it.
actually
Oh, it's a ranking system.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
this is
gosh.
a competition.
This is a competition.
You
Yeah,
win,
yeah.
fuck all.
Oh,
Mr. Robot.
You win first place.
Mr. Robot, 8.5.
Ooh, nice.
Yellowstone, 8.7.
Thank you.
Is he in the lead?
He won.
Thank you.
Hang
What
about.
did you get, Siobhan?
The Penguin,
7.9.
Bring it home.
8.8.
Well, fuck
Yup, Bernard. Yup, Bernard.
my
Come on,
God.
Rushka.
Ted, we got with the first one, 6.9.
All right.
I think it's way funnier than that.
It is funnier than
It
that,
is.
yeah.
It is. It deserves
than that.
more. Yeah.
I think it's because everyone hates Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
He's hated.
Why?
He's just one of these guys that's actually hated.
Okay, that completely explains.
That cleared it up, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll take your welcome.
Just cause.
Just because I said so. What about if I just say so?
In Bruges,
Yeah.
7.9.
All right.
I haven't watched that in a while.
I thought that would have been more. That was a good movie.
I didn't watch it. Oh, your man's in that. Brendan Gleeson. I used a bit of his clip.
Ralph
actually.
Fiennes. You know,
Yeah.
the scene
Fiennes,
about
yeah.
take
My-
that part back about my cunt kids.
Mike Bassett, 6.8.
I knew that score though. Wouldn't be for everyone.
No, it's not.
And Gladiator, that he hasn't watched,
Yeah, harsh
on,
shit.
Daddy.
Of course he's going to win.
Bring it home to daddy.
by a small margin, 7.1.
Where'd you see it?
What do you mean the small margin?
It's not like 9, it's 7.1.
Oh, she was being sarcastic.
Where did you
It's
watch
not for
it?
everyone, I suppose.
Where? On my iPad.
Your iPad? Your
Can
iPad.
I?
Hey!
I watched it online.
What site?
I'm not allowed to disclose that information to a guard.
He's off duty, you can tell him.
Move in.
How much would you say it cost to bribe you?
More
Show
what
him
you're
your
fucking paying me for
titties.
this.
Show him your titties.
Big hairy titties.
So I won. clean sweep.
That has to be judge or what I call Stewards Inquiry.
Absolutely.
I agree.
He does this
agree.
every week. He looks them up.
How long is the film?
Oh Jesus! God,
that is just a
For
drug.
ages.
it's definitely.
Went on a bit now.
It's definitely. Huh? Jesus.
We were in there for the evening anyway. I suppose if you include the drive in and the drive home.
What cinema did you go to?
And in and out, and we sat down. And
What cinema did you go to?
a bit of popcorn, a bit of pop.
Bottle of pop.
Bottle of pop.
What you do? Watching the iPad in the cinema car park? Bullshit.
Drive into Limerick. No, don't get out. We're watching it here.
Do you ever see An Idiot Abroad?
Oh, it's very good. Yeah.
Carl Pilkington.
yeah.
Do you remember he said, I'd love to have a cape. Just when people are talking bullshit, just flying. Bullshit. Do you remember that?
No, I haven't seen any of his stuff actually. Right, so we'll wrap it up at that.
That's it.
enough of
Now,
that,
Thanks,
so-
Mike, for coming in and giving
Thanks
us
for
all
having me.
that GAA information. That we literally went in one ear and
out
out
the
the
other.
other.
You'll never again use it.
And that's
Never
it.
again.
That's what the second
In
year is
fact,
for.
we might cut that bit out.
Yeah. He'll be on next week. Why aren't they being paid?
I don't even remember why. But that's what your second year is for, is to let it out. Thank you all. Make sure you subscribe and like and give us some comments and
stuff and stuff.
stuff and stuff. Thank you all.
Good luck.
Thank you and good night.